My name is Christian Nix. This is Barefoot Medicine Training, Better Living Through Ancient Medical Secrets. The topic of today's short video is the one shift that changes everything. What if I told you there was a medical system ideally suited to treating complex chronic conditions? The same chronic conditions hundreds of millions of people suffer from every single day. And what if I told you, like you probably already suspect, that the modern mainstream medical system is not only useless at treating and managing most chronic conditions, but it actively harms most people who get stuck in what I like to refer to as the modern medical merry-go-round? Well, all of that is true, suspicions confirmed. In this video, I'm going to share with you the single most important shift you can make if you want to take back a measure of control over your chronic symptoms, alleviate your daily struggle, and empower yourself to live your best life. The key to this mental shift is something nobody has ever explained to you. If you knew this already, you wouldn't be watching this channel. You see, the modern medical system is based on one single principle. This principle drives everything your doctor does, and there is no way for him or her to operate outside of this restricting idea. The modern medical gaze sees your chronic condition through a lens of reductionism. What does that mean? Modern medicine is incredibly powerful at revealing a deeper underlying reality of medical health or illness because it operates at the molecular level. That means cellular biology and biochemistry. It also treats the body as a machine. Modern medicine is obsessed with reality at the microscopic molecular level and a metaphor about health and illness that equates the body to a machine. There's no question this approach has proven incredibly powerful, but there's a big drawback. Let me illustrate this drawback by two quick anecdotes. If you've ever seen a cat stalking its prey, you've seen this principle and its blind spot in action. When a cat is focused on catching a mouse or some other critter, it becomes so insanely hyper-focused that nothing else exists. Its entire reality is tunneled into its objective. You could, in that moment, sneak up on the cat, and it won't see you or even be aware of you until you nearly touch it, at which point it actually becomes startled as it was completely oblivious to everything around it. It was so focused and dialed into one pinpoint area of reality, the prey, it could not see anything else around it. When I lived in California, I went whale watching on Monterey Bay. I had my binoculars glued to my face looking for whales in the vast ocean around me. I was looking for whales here, there, and everywhere, but with my binoculars glued to my eyes, I couldn't see anything except the blue ocean that I was looking at. When I took my binoculars down in frustration, I saw an entire pod of whales all around the boat. My pinpoint focus prevented me from seeing anything except the area of the ocean I was focused on. That's reductionism. Its blind spot is that it misses the context and connection of everything else going on around it. So why does this matter when it comes to chronic illness? Well, because chronic conditions are never about one single thing. When you have a chronic illness, you have multiple symptoms occurring at one time. Nobody with a chronic condition has one symptom. That means there are multiple disease mechanisms driving your illness, and they are all related to and influential of one another. The ancient medical system I share with you on this channel and in my other work is based on a completely opposite and complementary medical gaze. That medical gaze is utterly concerned with patterns of interrelated and interconnected factors and symptoms, what are called in ancient medicine disease mechanisms. The simple fact about these two dominant approaches to health and illness is that the reductionist view that treats the body like a machine is clearly superior when it comes to emergency medical conditions, which people tend not to have every single day. But it is necessarily blind to the complex nature of chronic conditions, chronic illness, which requires the opposite holistic focus. Chronic conditions necessarily demand you understand the pattern that is playing out inside your body, specifically a pattern of organ imbalance. The reason ancient medical approaches are superior for treating chronic illness has absolutely nothing to do with them being old or ancient or using so-called natural healing remedies. It has to do with the fact that you are not treating your condition using a reductionistic metaphor or mechanism, but rather an understanding that takes into account the broad pattern of organ imbalance. This is the most powerful advice I can offer you on how to heal your chronic condition. So, how do you put this advice to work for you? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I created a training program for teaching regular people with no medical background or high-level medical knowledge how to see and understand your chronic condition and the simple steps you can take to resolve the most important system in your body, the system that helps you heal on your own. Ancient medical professionals gave this system a name and elevated this system in your body above all others. They called it the pivot. The pivot is the thing that turns you toward health and recovery, or, if it's broken, toward chronic illness and daily misery. In other words, fix the pivot and your body will fix itself. If you want help resolving your chronic digestive symptoms, you can check out my totally unique self-healing program, The Pivot Protocol. Take a one-question quiz and you'll learn something about your condition no one else has ever taught you. Go through the entire program and you can master your digestive health for the rest of your life. In it, I'll show you how to activate your own self-healing system, just like I've done for thousands of other people suffering from serious chronic illnesses, including IBS, SIBO, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, and even hardcore autoimmune symptoms. The link is in the description. Remember, your body knows how to heal on its own. I'll be back with more great stuff.